So in this video, I'll be demonstrating to you how to set up your GPS system over a known point using high survey. So I've created a known point over here. So that is the known point that I'll set up my tripod over, and I'll show you how to do those settings using high survey and your GPS system. So I'm just quickly going to put up this tripod and level it over this known point, and we'll continue with our setup. So I'm just going to set up this over this known point. Okay, just turn it around. I'm going to set it up over this known point. So I'll be using my optical plummet to see down where my point is. Okay, I've put it over my point now, and all I have to do now is level my tripod. So I'm just going to make sure that the tripod is fixed down on the ground properly, and the last thing that's left is just to level it over my known point, and we'll be good to go. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay, look at the point again. Okay, use the full screen. Have a look again. And just shift it a bit into place. And we are good to go. So that is leveled. So now what I have to do next is I have to place my GPS base over this tripod here, and then we'll continue with how you do the setup using your high survey. Okay, so let me go. So you will also notice that I've put in a height marker over here. This height marker is what we'll use to measure from the ground point to the marker here, so that we can determine the height from the point to where the base is. Okay, so now I've set up my base over a known point, and this is the method that I'll be showing you on how to localize over a known point. So if I move a little bit closer and I go down, this is the peg that I've set up my base over, and that's my known point. Okay, so the other thing you should note is that when you're measuring your height from your known point that's down there to, you'll be measuring it to that's your height marker over there. So that will be your slant height. So just remember to note that when you're putting it in, when you're selecting the coordinate of your known point. So I'll show you when we're going through the setup in the high survey where to put in that slant height. Okay. So now on the high survey app, what you do is you go to device, you select your base, and you select connect, and then you select your base serial number, and you select yes to connect to its Bluetooth. Okay, the Bluetooth is connecting. Okay, now that's connected. I'll be using my internal radio to do the setup. So I'll select internal UHF. Okay, the protocol I'll be using is Pacific Crest channel 3. Okay, and I'll be setting up over a known point, so I'll set by point, and I'll be choosing the point from the point of points of from the list of points that I've collected. It's one of those points. Okay, so let me just go back one. I don't want a latitude and longitude control point definition. I want a nothing easting. So that's what my coordinates, I want my coordinates to look like. So let me select the point, and that point is 0.1. Okay, and my target height is 1.789. Okay, so if I look here where it says vertical, I'm able to also choose the kind of height that I'm going to be measuring, and I'm going to be using a slant height because I've measured to the marker here. So if you can see this diagram here, that's the kind of point that I've measured to the marker. So I'll use slant. Okay, and I'm going to go back. That's changed to slant. Okay, So elevation mask is 10, data link internal UHF channel 3, and I'm going to select set. So okay, my base station has been set. Now it's ready. So I'm going to set, base station is ready. Do you want to set the rover? I'm going to select yes. Okay, now that I've selected yes, okay, so now let's connect the rover. Okay, the rover is 2318. Bluetooth connected. Okay, so now that's set. Okay, base position, whether to set framework calibration. So this is from the old job. So I'm going to select yes. No. Okay, that's for, we don't need to do the framework calibration. That's what I'm going to show you the next time when we do it over a point. Okay, so now if I select set, so that's set successfully. Okay, and I go back one, and let me go to survey, detail survey. Okay, and let me select here. So let me look at my base station. Okay, so that base station, that's where it's transmitting. That's the coordinates of the point that I've put in. So now it's localized by setting up over a known point. So the one other thing we can do to check is we can stake out a point that's saved. So that's what we're going to do next. So to stake out a point that's saved, we go back and we go to stake points. Okay, and then we select that arrow over there and we select the point that we want to stake out. So we don't have a point in our stake library, so we just go to code point and select one of the points that we have surveyed in, and then select OK, and we're able to stake out another point. So this is the point that I want to stake out. Put it over the peg there. And I'm over that point now. Okay, so that has taken me to that point. If I move a little bit further out, you'll see that it's showing me that I'm out of that point. If I go back in on that point again, so I'm happy with my localization on a known point. Okay, so I can also check on another point now. So what I'm going to do is to check on another point, I'm going to select that arrow there and then select odd point and select point 3, select OK. Okay, so it's showing me where my point roughly is. So I'm going to go to my point. So this is my point over here. Put it up over that peg. Okay, and if I check here again, I'm over that point. So I know now that my localization by setting up over a known point is okay. So the other way you can check if you are within your tolerances for your localization is you can configure what data you display on the stakeout screen. So you can select configure and then you select stake and then you go down and then you select show offsets on map. You activate that value, that one there, you turn it on, and then when you go back to the stakeout point, it shows you how much deviation is between your your design point and where you are now. So if I just level it a bit more there, you'll see that I'm more or less there on that point. So then my localization is good by setting up over that point. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to set up over an average point and localize by surveying over a known point. Okay,